Here's the next video in our series. We're looking at the mobility application or mobility integration. So, bring your own device, or BYOD, has been a major business trend over the past several years. Employees bring their personal cell phones, laptops, and tablets to work, creating the necessity not only to establish a BYOD policy, but more importantly, an opportunity for companies to leverage and maximize personal devices at work. Now, 73% of the Canadian workforce are part of a mobile workforce, and over half of all devices connected to a corporate network are mobile devices. Now, 47% of those employees use smartphones instead of desk phones for business calls. The message is really clear. BYOD is a necessity and is no longer a trend. Employees want the flexibility to work from anywhere on their preferred device, whether it is their personal cell phone or a company-provided smartphone or tablet. Now, to start a meaningful dialogue, we strongly suggest asking the following question. Employees bring their personal smartphones and tablets to work, creating the necessity not only to establish a BYOD policy, but an opportunity for companies to maximize personal devices at work. How is this affecting your company? Now, that question again. Employees bring their personal smartphones and tablets to work, creating the necessity not only to establish a BYOD policy, but an opportunity for companies to maximize personal devices at work. How is this affecting your company? All right, so doing a demo with the mobility device and mobility app itself, we'll look at a few things inside the mobility app. First off, we'll just have an incoming call come in and answer that call. Once we answer that call, of course, you've got a number of options. One thing that's really kind of cool is being able to use call flip, and that's just moving that call to other devices, my cell phone being one. I can also use the keypad and use my star codes to move that to a different device. In this case, I'm gonna demo it so we can move it to our hard phone, star one. I've got it pre-programmed, and I just hang up on the app, and of course that makes my phone, my physical phone on my desk, my Polycom ring, and answer and continue that call, which is pretty slick. Okay, let's have another incoming call, and this time we'll look at call recording. And just by pressing the record button, first indication tells you where that call is being recorded, and you'll be able to look at messaging and listen to those call recordings. And of course, you do get the audio indication that the call has been recorded, and at the end, when you stop it, that the call has been recorded and completed, and that is stored for that 90-day period. Now, going into the avatar at the top left, you can go down to things like reports. This is a really powerful feature, being able to show things like call quantities, and of course, it does take a second for the report to build out, because this is live historical information. It's pulling it from the server, and you see things like outbound, inbound, amount of calls are missed, a graphical representation of those inbound, outbound, and voicemail calls, and you just drag it and move it up. Take a look at the date range, for example. I only picked 7 days, so I only see a few days here. We'll look at a longer range in a second. And you have the hourly call activity as well. Just move back up at the top. You can also drill down further into queue activity, user activity, or even phone number activity to get more details on more of that. Now let's go back to summary and open up the date range a little bit more. We'll pick 90 days, for example. So you click on the 90 days icon, and then you hit save up in the top right-hand corner. And once you hit save, then the server will be pinged to force that report to be pushed to your mobile phone. And again, the mobile phone can be anywhere physically. You don't have to be within region. So there's the higher quantity of calls that we now see, and a longer date range. And there's that hourly average with that double bell curve indication of hourly calls. You can go things in phone system manipulation as well from there. And we'll just go back to the application here. And from the application, let's generate another incoming call. And this time, we'll do things like call park and have the selection after you hit the park button. You can orbit. Okay, that's the star code. Or you can hard code or hard key, which is your hold 1, 2, 3, 4, and be able to page out. You can page out directly after you hit that from the mobile device, which is pretty slick. Now, having the app, you have to know whether the call is on park. And look at that, the little red indicator up on the top right-hand corner, and it tells us, yes, we have one call on park. And yeah, you're on the mobile. You can pick that up from the mobile app and pick that call up and continue on with that call that you just had on park. And that should be enough to demo the mobile application.